Alright, this is my little shitty 2002 Ford Tarus, and it's kind of running like shit. I replaced the IAC valve, and now it likes to hang at like 3,000 RPMs for some reason. I think we got a vacuum leak somewhere. So this is a SES trim level. There's two motors come out with this. One of them comes with a V, and one of them comes with a D. It looks like Daikin, like the AC provider, but I don't think it's called a Daikin, but you know. I've disconnected the battery terminal to try to let the computer resync back up, maybe with that new IAC valve. A little looser than I'd like to be. This is just an AutoZone one, but the IAC valve, just so you know, there is a difference between the two different engine models. So I bought spark plugs. This shitty T is leaking, so I was gonna try to throw some hose clamps or something on it. I don't fully know how this little T here works. Okay, well, there's one giant ass vacuum leak. I had to get a wrench pushed down on the little clip a little bit. So yours might be like mine. There's a lot of oil buildup in the throttle body. And I'd highly suspect it's this. This is top of your valve cover. So this is a PCV system, or positive crankcase pressure. And it basically is just venting pressure out of the engine. It's a stupid EPA shit. It tries to recirculate the used air. I'm gonna take off this assembly here, your throttle cable, and also looks like I'm missing some shit. That's probably cruise control. Take off this sensor here. There's one on top. This is gonna be your TPS. So now I'm just gonna disconnect anything connected to this upper intake. It's gonna be this little vacuum booster thing here. And then there's a connector over here. I'll be honest with you, really don't know what this is. I have no fucking idea. 8mm bolt heads on the top. Ooh, a little spicy on there. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm assuming 7 and 8. Okay, all those loosened up. Let's just connect this something too. What is this? So I'm probably fucking myself here, but I'm gonna take these rusty bolts loose. Oh, please tell me that came and didn't round. All right, the bolts are off this thing. And, oh, it actually came apart. Is there water? Ew. This is what happens when the fucking EPA does shit. Oh, and now this thing is fucking me as well. So I'm just gonna work this hose off. There's really no trick to it. Okay, that hose is very old. I actually had to cut it in two. And looks like there's a couple more vacuum lines. So one's got tabs. This one looks like it just pulls off with some coercion. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Well, it's oily. Looks like it uses them little seals. Hopefully them are fine. Oh yeah, looks like I've already worked on this before. I'm trying to get one of them smoke machines to do air test, and I bet if you hooked one of those up, this thing would look like a Vanilla Ice concert with all the fog. So I told you shit went AWire after I put this in. So I'm curious if the didn't seat right. Yeah, you see it milking off. Milking off? What the fuck am I talking about? Okay, probably now is the best time to let's go cracking plugs loose. We'll get them all out. Ooh, a little tight. All right, that's all 6 out. Here's your front bank, and here's your rear bank. I'm calling it the rear. A lot of these are soaked in oil. A lot of them are soaked in oil. The ends of them, fairly normal. Maybe a little rich, but I'll say also a lot of them, the little electrode in there is broken off. That's a huge gap. So this is one of them little cheap gauges, and for reference, I did some research. It's supposed to be 0.054, so right around middle of the 50 and the 60 there. And this thing, sitting right around That'd be 85. Okay, so the oil, it's on the threads and the boot, so it's not actually going in the engine. So let's pull this valve cover and see. I bet we're leaking right there where the valve cover meets. Actually, I can feel the oil. Well, lads, the disaster struck as I was taking these bolts out. One went in the intake. I should have known better, but I didn't. Here's the valve cover. Ooh. Those seals right there, these O-rings, which actually feel pretty good. Actually, the whole seal feels good. I'm guessing that's the problem. Yeah, you can see the oil creeping in. Now we got to figure out how the hell we're going to get this off. All right, I got this whole injector rail lifted off. Oh, I think I see it. Extraction successful. All right, everything in there is a little cleaned up now. All right, there's a little RTV set. I'm just gonna try to get this fuel rail to sit back down. All right, that surface is cleaned a little bit. Put some RTV on that and put the bolts back in it. All right, here's my new plugs and Motocrafts. And it's pretty simple what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna gap all these to the pre-mentioned 54. I'm gonna put a little bit of electro grease on it. Yep. And yeah, I'm just gonna put all the spark plugs in. No rocket science. Okay, so I got all the spark plug boots back on. I got the valve covers tightened, lower intake manifold, fuel rails, everything tightened up. If there's anything you didn't see me do, I probably did it or forgot it here. So we'll just cut this to size, and that should, yeah, it's just gonna go right down over it. If you're following along at home, there it is. It's from AutoZone 3A's. Okay, so got everything cleaned up a little bit. Got a little bit of RTV on the bottom of the intake. Forgot to cut that off, so I gotta cut that real quick, and then I'm just gonna set it up on back on the manifold. Okay, we got a little bit of progress ahead of us. So there's the intake manifold on. There's your bottom vacuum lines connected up. Here's the one we just made, and I reattached that one. Now these fellers, where do these go? We took these off together. I forgot where they went. The hell am I paying you people for? Well, one of them definitely went on this guy, so I did a little bit of learning. Like I said, this is an EGR valve. I don't know how to test it. I don't know know how it works. I'm just gonna wipe some of this carbon buildup off of it, and we'll see what that does. Okay, air boxes are fixed. Throttle body is fixed. I had these 2 extra bolts. Finally remembered to put this little housing back on it. I hooked up the TPS, IAC, EGR, all that's done. So now we got these vacuum leaks right here, okay, where all these stupid environmental protections used to go. So I came up with a solution. It's not very elegant, but it works. I got a pack of these vacuum lines, just Dorman from AutoZone. Same with the caps. And I just made up these. So this is a T. I didn't have one to go over it, so I shoved one in it. And then a cap on this side. Shove it in. I made up another one. Same deal. Just fix it in. So I just put on the sag cable, somebody would call it. Our teaser are fixed, our sensors are plugged up, and honestly I think this car's pretty much done. I don't know if it'll run worth a shit, but what I set out to do is complete. So I guess we just see, does it run? Oh, I put that hose clamp on, but I don't think it's gonna do much. It likes to have its fuel pump primed a little bit. Okay. It's always something with this thing. kind of idling now. Still with that terrible idle. This thing might be important. Oh, now she wants to rev to the moon. Well, it's falling. Let's turn on max AC, and that's for that new idle air control valve. Let's take a little bit of ether, spray around the engine, and see if we got leaks anywhere. So it is still driving like shit. See if I put it in neutral. Oh, no, the revs fell. No, they're not idling right. Oh, yeah, that's not right. It'll fall. Put it in overdrive. Yeah, this thing's a bitch. Well, y'all, the fucking car's running fairly smoothly. And you'll see next to me is this piece of shit AutoZone IAC. I put in the old one, and it looks like I did a bad diagnosis. It's probably a vacuum leak that's still kind of there because it still idles a little rough. But yeah, I put the old bad one in, and the car no longer hangs, and we got cruise control on. So that dude is running without music. What a fucking psycho. Yeah. Fuck AutoZone's IEC. That's all I got. Bye.